Yeah, here, Tougie, let me change the question so that it's a little more straightforward. Is Austin Matthews the best player on the Toronto Maple Leafs? I think that's the heart of the matter.
Yes.
And I'm going to say no.
Fair. Explain.
I think Mitch Marner can play more of a full 200-foot game. And now he's really starting to understand where other players are. Like, if you've got 34 and 16 on the ice and 16 has the puck, 34 just knows he has to find open ice and he's going to score. It doesn't necessarily work as well the other way. I think Mitch Marner is driving that line right now. I still think Austin Matthews is very good. I think Austin Matthews could drive his own NHL top line and put up similar numbers. But I think Mitch Marner, this season at least, has put together something special, and he's playing a very complete game right now.
I mean, historically as well, if you look at the two, like, yeah, Marner is the better two-way player. I mean, you know, fair enough. Maybe you do have a point there. I mean, Matthews did just have, I believe, a 15-game goal streak. I mean, 15, I think it was. He was the first player to do that in like 15 years, so a lot of 15s there. I mean, I talked about it earlier with David Pastrnak. There's one goal scorer I'd want more than him on my team, and it is Austin Matthews, who, again, has 18 goals in 19 games, for God's sake. So I guess it was 18 and 18 is what it went up to. All things considered, you have a fair point there. Like, I mean, I guess to raise the question of going back to the McDavid thing, if Connor McDavid had a better player than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, like Mitch Marner, would he have more points? Probably. Would Austin Matthews have the same amount of points if it was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins next to him instead of Mitch Marner? Probably not. So I guess that's a fair argument. Like, oh, is player A better with player B instead of the slightly worse player C? Yeah, that math checks out. All things considered, though, you know, I don't think it's a slight on Austin Matthews to sit there and praise Mitch Marner for being as good as he's been. And obviously, you know, a variety of different reasons why, you know, I think people wouldn't want to necessarily sit there and praise Mitch Marner over somebody else. I mean, again, talk about the entire situation around like, Leafs bias and all that when it comes to, you know, Canadian media and sports talk, I guess, in general. I mean, yeah, Mitch Marner's putting together an incredible season. There's no denying that. But I think, again, rather than the conversation of, well, what about this? What about that? Just accept the situation for what it is. You have Austin Matthews, who is arguably, I'd say right now, the best goal scorer in the league. And he is next to Mitch Marner, who is an elite playmaker, who is continuing to develop as a two-way play driver that allows Austin Matthews to be as good as he is. Bottom line, what's the point of overanalyzing it when you can just say that's an incredible situation right now that the Leafs have on their hands?